Hello everyone. Before we begin, please view this video.
In many schools, collaboration looks much the same as it always has. Administrators, education experts, or teachers stand up in front of their audience, presenting information to entire faculty or in small group specific meetings. It's like a one-way street. The direction has already been decided, and the rest of us will follow. Sometimes collaboration takes the form of communicating via back-and-forth emails or small group discussion. These forms of collaboration can work, but communicating ideas in this two-way street is time-consuming and often ineffective. Web 2.0 tools have revolutionized the way we collaborate. Social networking has changed the way we communicate. Thanks to the internet, we can go from a small community of ideas and possibilities to a world of collaboration and real change. Everything we need is out there in the information highway. Countless tools designed to make collaboration easier, faster, and ultimately more effective. These tools are at our fingertips. The technology is there. All we have to do is change the way we look at collaboration and explore the possibilities.
Welcome to the session on WebQuest, one of the many tools used for collaboration and interaction among teachers, facilitators, and students. The video that you just watched gave you some brief background information on Web 2.0 tools. For the rest of the session, we will focus on WebQuests, what they are, how they are used, and other useful information about them. There are a plethora of tools that may be used for collaboration and interaction. These include such Web 2.0 tools as those listed on the screen. For the students that are visually impaired among us, they are wikis, Google Drive with its various applications such as Google Docs and Google Slides, Skype, Edmodo, and of course, WebQuest. These are by no means exhaustive, and you can do your own research as they are all important in expanding student learning experiences. The objectives for this session are that you will become knowledgeable about WebQuests in terms of what they are, their features, components, and functionality. You will also be engaged in a comparison of pros and cons of WebQuests as a tool for learning. You will also evaluate a given WebQuest using a rubric that will be supplied, and you will also attempt to create a WebQuest on your own. Please watch this video.
Hi, and welcome to WebQuest 101. This is the first part of several movies that will teach you about what a WebQuest is, why we make them, and how to make them. To begin, I'd like to talk about what a WebQuest is. You may know already, but if you don't, a WebQuest is an inquiry-oriented project. It's set in the web so that students can go out and answer questions, important questions about your content area, by using the internet as a resource of information and knowledge. The challenge for you as a teacher, then, is to provide your students with the resources they will need to successfully go out to the internet and answer these deep, meaningful questions about your content area. Are you up for the challenge? I think you are. Let's take a minute and look a little bit deeper at what WebQuests are and what they look like. WebQuests are all built primarily in the same way. They all start off with an introduction of some sort that leads to the task that students need to complete, and then finally the process for completing it. It's in the process that you get to include things like worksheets and guides and instructions, and even hyperlinks to resources so that students can successfully meet the tasks that you've set out for them. Of course, you'll need an evaluation that tells students how you'll be assessing them and how you'll be grading them and what they need to do to successfully complete your project, and then a conclusion that lets them know if they were on the right track and what they can do in the future to extend the activity or learn more about it. At this point in time, your best bet is to go and look at some of these. Go to webquest.org and select Find WebQuests. Do a quick search for a topic that you're interested in and look at a couple of web quests. When you're done, come on back to the second part of the series and learn how to make your web quest. Good luck!
Note that some or all of the information that students interact with comes from resources on the internet. Technology is truly integrated in the learning experience. As defined in the video, WebQuest is an inquiry-oriented discovery learning tool, which may be used to begin as a kind of anticipatory set or end a unit, a kind of summation. But what are some of its features and functionality? As seen on the screen, it is flexible and can be used at all levels in the education system. It is also sequential and systematic, as you will see on the next slide. It also presents learners with a task that they can do as a group or individually. It is used to develop higher order critical thinking skills and also to stimulate creative thoughts. These are the elements of a web quest. Learners are required to collaborate, as this is done naturally in the real world, in order to respond to the requirements of an authentic task. They also need to collect information from the internet and relate it to their own existing knowledge base of the world. They are also required to process and transform selected information into something else and to make sense of the new knowledge and experience. Finally, they are given a list of resources, mainly from the internet, to find relevant information for completion of their assigned task, which they need to analyze and evaluate and sum up as they complete what they have done. Welcome to learning activity number 1. You may need to copy and paste the link to your browser, as you will not be able to go directly to the link from here. Just spend a few minutes using the rubric provided to score at least 2 elements of the web quest. As seen on the slide, web quests are important. They are important because they help students to solve real-world authentic problems. They help them to become independent, critical thinkers. They are also able to stay on task as they become engaged in the activities. Their research and collaborative skills are enhanced, and it also helps them because they jointly evaluate the information they find on a given website and make conclusions about same. In a digitally rich learning environment, technology is infused not only in the classroom, but also in the curriculum. As a motivational tool, it helps to keep students engaged in learning, and that can be fun. Technology use is also increased in terms of competency. Students are encouraged to explore new ideas and new ways to present these ideas. It also refines and extends their knowledge. An educator can effectively use a web quest as a means of assessment to have students create a product or a presentation. Examples are PowerPoint, speech, plays, artwork, games, movies, anything at all that is accessible, like we are doing now. It can also be used to set group work that fosters collaboration and interaction. And of course, it tests students' ability to think critically and to analyze multiple sources of information. In learning activity number 2, you are required to use the template found at the site listed. You will also have to copy and paste this link in order to get to the site. As instructed in groups of 3 or on your own, create a web quest by following the instructions given. And please use a column to the left of the page as you click on each topic to complete your task. This should be an interesting learning experience for you. You should be able to reflect on your learning experience at the end of it all. Please remember to use Google Slides or Prezi to present your final completed web quest at a date and time that will be told to you by your e-tutor. In conclusion, one of the things that happens is that you need to bring closure to the quest. Review learning, allow for reflection, rethinking, and of course, the elicitation of ideas for future study. There is much more that can be said about web quests and Web 2.0 tools. But let's just say it is a completely fascinating tool that if used properly can reap benefits for not only the students but the teacher, educator or facilitator as well. Much goes into its preparation, but the results can be quite rewarding. Every good lesson must be completed with a list of reference which helps to make that lesson possible. Have fun exploring. I do hope you enjoyed the session, and I also hope that you learned something useful and new from it. Bye until next time.